What's crack-a-lackin', boys? Mags here, and today they announced Shattered Empire arrives April 27th. So I figured I'd make up kind of a quickish video guide on how to prepare you for the two new dungeons, Cold Storage and Sogun's Lament, as well as how to get the new Halmoon skill that comes with that dungeon and a couple other things, alright? So, we'll get Cold Storage, which is a 6-player dungeon, purple dungeon of course, and Sogun's Lament, which is a 4 and 6-player purple dungeon. This one is also called Snow Jade Palace or Snow Prison Palace, different names depending on where you come from in Asia, and is the famous Astro dungeon, which I'm sure you've heard a lot about, and if you haven't, I'm sure you will hear a lot about it. Also comes with Motion Tower floor 9 to 15, so that'll be nice, and also Battleground, Whirlwind Valley, which is the only battleground as far as I know that's in anywhere, even in Korea. 6 versus 6, and it's kind of like the it's kind of like Arathi Basin from World of Warcraft if you play that, kind of like that. Alright, so here are the dungeons. Now this picture is straight from Taiwan, and it's been patched using the English fan patched, so there might be some errors here. I don't think there will be, but just in case there are, you know why. For example, the 5 Guardians badge will obviously not be in this dungeon because we don't have a legendary yet. Unless NCSoft decides, hey guys, like one day before the patch comes out, they go, hey guys, you're getting a legendary tomorrow. Fucking joking. Some shit. Who knows? They could pull some shit like that, right? Kind of like they did with the expansion, completely fucking out of the left field 2 days before it comes out. Anyway, Cold Storage, 6-player only. We covered that. This dungeon is very, very tiny. It is smaller than Yeti is. There is 2 bosses in this dungeon and only 1 trash bag you have to kill. The main boss is this dude right here. He's kind of like the munitions officer in what's it called, Bloodshed Harbor. He has basically the same type of attacks. He has those robots that zooms around the room and shit like that, right? He will also blind people and some other crap. Anyway, this guy's a chance of dropping, that is on the loot table here. He has a chance of dropping a green orb, a blue orb, and a red orb. And if you get one of each, and these can be sold in the marketplace, by the way. If you get one of each, you can spawn the second boss. Now the second boss is more like a bonus boss. You don't have to kill him. He has no daily or anything like that. As far as I know, he just kind of like, oh, extra fucking loot kind of thing. You know, he's super easy. You know, no big deal. Anyway, so that's basically it. So basically 2 bosses in this dungeon if you count the bonus boss. Now the second dungeon we'll be getting is Aegon's Lament. Now this dungeon has 4 bosses. It's a 4 or 6-player dungeon. And it's a famous Asura dungeon. People say Asura Foreman is the hardest thing ever, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say what I think about that because I don't think it really matters. I'll let you be the judge of that when you do Foreman and see how hard it is and whatnot. But I did Foreman a lot in Taiwan and shit, so yeah. Anyway, they dropped some costumes, which is kind of cool. So let's go through them. Black Ice is basically like the White Knight that came in the marketplace, not the marketplace, in the cash up recently, but it's black, as you can see right here. And in my opinion, it looks way fucking cooler. It's Black Ice on the left and White Knight on the right. Now, I could not find the female version. I'm sorry about that. I fucking scoured Google and shit, but for some reason, I don't know the Chinese name for it. I don't know the Korean name for it, so it's hard for me to actually find it. But if you do find it, if you know a link to it, then let me know in the comments below. But anyway, that's how it looks like on a male. And it looks kind of the same on a female, obviously. It's, you know, it's black and orange instead of white and blue like the White Knight one. This is the other costume right here. Let's see here. Lamentation. This is Lamentation right here. And I'll provide a link to all these pictures and stuff like that if you want to check it out later. Looks kind of, yeah. Definitely looks best on you in my opinion. But, yeah. That's what that one looks like. Alright, and let's see, what else we got? Asura Soul Shield. Now, Asura Soul Shield is fucking amazing. The previous Soul Shields in the game have been like, 10 more accuracy or 100 more crit rate and stuff like that. It's been kind of boring, and you know, in my opinion at least. Asura Soul Shield kind of breaks the mold a little bit. For example, it has, these numbers could be wrong, but as far as I remember from Korea, I mean Taiwan, the first 3 set bonus is 5% more crit damage, which is fucking amazing. And 5 piece is 5 or 10, somewhere in between there, attack power. right? Which is fucking nice. So it's the first soul shield you'll get with attack power, and the first soul shield you'll get with an attack critical modifier. Very nice. Besides that, it drops Azure Embers, which is used for the next Hongmoon skill. That'll be at the maybe be 2 new Hongmoon skills. There'll definitely be 1 from this dungeon. There might be 2. I'm not sure yet. I actually tweeted Jonathan, who works for NC West, of course, known as Babbletron, to see which one we're getting. But we're definitely getting this one. It's almost guaranteed. I don't know why we wouldn't get the one, because again, it comes from a dungeon. We might get the other one, and the other one is basically one you get from clan crafting. I'll go over that in a second. And yeah, and obviously we're not gonna get Sealed Flower of Lament here. We're not gonna get the 5 Guardians badge, because both of these are for legendary, so you can skip those. And yeah, pretty standard stuff besides this. Alright, so here is the Hongmoon skill we'll be getting. Icy Flame Oil is the name for it in achievements in Taiwan. We'll probably get some different name, but anyway. Here are the skills right here. Now some of these names might be different, so you can just look at the key press, RB, V2, etc. to see which one it is for you. You need 2 items to complete this Hongmoon skill. Number 1 drops from Aegon's Lament. I'll just call it Astra from now on, because it's easier to say and it's shorter. So you run Astra 4-man, and you have a chance of getting this little fireball thing from there. It's a very rare drop, but the good thing is that you can actually sell it on their marketplace. It's not bind to you, so if you have bad luck getting it, or you don't want to run 4-man, you can just buy it for someone else. And 2, you will need the Frozen Snow Jade, which you get from the achievement vendor in Zawa City for 300 recovered pages. Now this one is going to be the problem. I'm not sure if they'll change that for the English client, or if they add some more ways, or rather different ways to get recovered pages. Right now you get recovered pages from doing daily dungeons at 50. So make sure you do daily dungeons. I have right now only 50 pages, and I've been kind of slacking. I probably would have 70 maybe, 65, 70, 80 maybe, I don't know, somewhere around there if I did dailies every single day. But that's still not nearly enough of 300, right? So it takes a long time. And obviously you'll get more of those pages with these 2 new dungeons coming out, but even with that, it's still going to take a long time to get 300. So make sure you're on top of this. But hopefully they'll add some more ways to get recovered pages too, not only from daily dungeons. Anyways, you need 300 recovered pages to get this one. You combine them, bam, and you get the Hongmoon skill. Alright, so 3 things that will help you a lot in Azura's dungeon, both 4-man and 6-man. Number 1 is the Scorpio belt. It drops from Awakened Acropolis. Make sure you have this belt. You will see in green text it says decreases the effectiveness of Azura's brand. Azura's brand is a debuff you'll get while you fight the bosses in the Azura dungeon, any of the 4 bosses. And this debuff will reduce healing done by you and to you by pretty much 100%. So healing potions will not do anything. Your self-healing or healing abilities like a summoner heal will not do anything. So with this belt, they will take the penalty to about 50%. So we'll cut the healing in half. I'm not sure about the exact number, but it's within the ballpark, alright? So make sure you get this belt to be able to use some heals. Very useful. Number 2 is a Silver Frost Dungeon Antidote. That is only used for the last boss, Asura himself. He will spawn these green little circles, flowers, whatever you want to call them, that a player has to run into. When a player run into a green circle, they'll get rooted and they'll get a poison debuff that hurts a lot. And of course, use the antidote to get rid of the poison debuff. Simple as that. If you don't run into a green circle, the green circle will eventually heal the boss, and if he gets healed by too many, you cannot kill him in time before he berserks and kill the entire party. And number 3 is the accuracy. A lot of people have been talking about this all over forums and Reddit and stuff like that. And a lot of people say you need 120% accuracy for Asura himself. Other people say, well, why do you need 120%? Where do you get that from? Where's the proof? And because people like to know, right? And I can understand that. The problem is there is no math out there. There is no website that lays down the math and shows, not that I know of at least, of accuracy itself. It's just what people know in Taiwan and Korea and stuff like that. You know what I mean? If you read, for example, a boss guide of Asura on a Korean website or a Taiwanese website or anything like that, it will 9 out of 10 times tell you need 150% accuracy, preferably 120%. That's basically what it's going to tell you, all right? And they wouldn't just make the number up out of nowhere. I mean, that done has been out in Taiwan and Korea for years now, a year or 2 or whatever. So it's been a long time, right? So they know what they're talking about. That being said, I did Taiwan 4-man Asura Foreman in Taiwan. Taiwan form, what the fuck? Anyway, I did Asura Foreman in Taiwan with 115% accuracy just fine. Now, I still missed attacks when I was on the last boss, right? So you definitely want 120% if you can. But 115% is fine, preferably 120% though. Alright, so that is it for this video guide. I hope this helped you guys out, and I hope this helped you prepare a little bit at least for the next couple dungeons we'll be getting. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below, or drop by my live stream and say hello. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.